that?
He will prove to the minorities that you have to be a member of this country as a whole. Just like how Europe is uniting. Now people are not getting separated, but they are getting united. Ethnic cleansing and cleaning came with the Nazis and the European name. But we as a country never had this ethnic separation, I might say. We had all these regions together. So we will have to continue on a new philosophy how to unite the country.
So yeah, when it comes to the new philosophy, because as you said, if this idea of a separate state, or at least if that is not the case, if federalism, if that was there in their mind all the time, it's difficult for them to sort of relinquish that dream. So how can everybody start thinking in terms of a one country? What should the government do to get all the included in the process?
I think what the government has to do is spend more on education and development. And treating everyone alike. That means people should be able to go in their own language and get a job done in a public service. President Mahinda has given us the lead and made us shameful that we don't know our Tamil. Right? He can now give a very good speech, I believe, in Tamil. Now, like that, people should be learning to communicate with one another. Like the people, I have met people in Madavachia, Vaunia area, Sinhalese and Tamil people, who they can speak both languages very well. And that is the process of integration. And teaching of Tamil languages should be compulsory in Sinhalese schools, and the teaching of Sinhalese language should be compulsory in Tamil school. Long before we speak French, which our former president did, we should be thinking of Tamil and Sinhalese being taught to our children. Then only we can integrate, and I can understand your culture if I know your language. Otherwise I can't understand. So how do you expect people to join one another if you don't know the language, if you don't know the communication? So that is where it starts. So education, with that development process goes on. Or else, it's a vote was for stability, or else we will again open our borders for the Western influx through various NGOs. I must tell you, government should, that's why we need a strong government. Government should look at all these NGOs, so-called human rights NGOs, peace NGOs, this and that. From where are they getting the funds to run their offices and campaigns? Is it from locally contributed money? Are the people locally giving them money? So these are the things government should be looking at. Who is sponsoring them, for what purpose? So
because if they are sponsored for some purpose, that means they have to give back something, right?
Obviously, no one gives a free lunch. So last time also I quoted the example of what the Norwegians were doing, what the Germans did with Mahamudra Hospital. So they wanted something in return. They wanted the peace talks to go ahead in spite of the LTT massacring innocent villagers. And they stopped the work on Mahamudra Hospital. Now, I can't understand why the health minister hasn't stepped in and started building Mahamudra Hospital with our own funds. Now, I understand he's trying to get a soft loan from Germany. I don't know why he should go for a soft loan when a complete grant was promised by Germany. So, the issues like that has affected the people around Karapiti, so around Galle, Mother. So the people naturally voted against. So there are a lot of issues created by this cabinet of ministers which went against the president. So president should put the right people in that cabinet. Even if they are not elected, my last wish is that he brings in good party organizers for each electorate. Not to put a man simply because he has left the United National Party, or he has left the JVP, or he has left he's a SLP strongholder, but put the right people and new blood in. We have enough educated people in our electorates.
So, Mr. Tissa, that was actually a very interesting perspective you brought into the discussion, because I think the main message was that now President has got a mandate, and that mandate is for one country. And also, if you analyze the votes, and if you analyze also the votes of the Tamil and the Muslim communities, we also understand the aspirations for some sort of a separatism. In the sense, it's like not a separate state as the LTT or the terrorist wanted. It's not that we are talking about, but maybe a federal aspect. But what is the mandate given for, and what is it given for is the stability. So in that context, it was very interesting how you said that people need to understand that now it's a new framework, and to think as a one country, there are things that the government and every one of us should do. And according to you, it is the development process, education, and bringing the country together so that people from all ethnic communities will understand that they can live together in one country. And I think you also brought the example of integration when it came in the context of the European Union. And your last wish, obviously, was that President will appoint the right people in the cabinet so that it will be a smooth system. So, Mr. Tissa de Silva, that was a lot for us to think about. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at Roundtable, and thank you so much for joining us. Do join us tomorrow at the same time.
Thank you, Deepa.
Good night.